You're fired. Get out. Get out. Get out.
My show had value, and that, I'm sorry.
The big news tonight will be Joy Reid's final show on MSNBC.
MSNBC's longtime liberal host Joy Reid has had her show canceled as part of a major shakeup under the network's new president, Rebecca Cutler. According to a report by the New York Times, Reid, a vocal critic of former President Donald Trump, hosted the 7 p.m. program, which will now be replaced by a panel show featuring Alicia Menendez, Michael Steele, and Simone Sanders Townsend. Reid's departure has sparked reactions across the media landscape, with some calling it a long overdue decision.
Breaking news. They finally did it. MSNBC done fired Joy Reid. I mean, about damn time. That blonde, bitter, bald-head scallywag was what's wrong with America. Up next, Rachel Maddow. Hell, while we at it, just throw MSNBC in the damn trash where it belongs.
My show had value, and that, I'm sorry, that what I was doing had value. Those are the things that I was taught were of God. And so I'm not sorry. I'm just proud of my show.
Well, you can't be proud of your show. You ain't got no show no more. Joy, it is a joyful time that you will not be on TV anymore. You are one hateful person. All you did was raise bait. All you did was tell lies. You were nothing but fake news. And, you know, and Black History Month is almost over, so this is a great way to end it, getting rid of you. Oh, my goodness. These pancakes taste so better when you crying. Let's go. Get rid of The View next. Joe Behar and Whoopi and all them. Get rid of them next.
Critics argue that she spent years amplifying divisive rhetoric, particularly during Trump's presidency, while rarely holding President Joe Biden accountable.
My show had value, and that, I'm sorry, that what I was doing had value. And in the end, I'm sorry, I try not to cry on TV. And I think this is kind of like me on TV, so I apologize. And that it mattered. I see Karen is there, and she's been texting me as well. And so what I will just say is that in the end, thank you. Where I land is that the moment of guilt that I felt, that I went hard on so many issues, whether it was the Black Lives Matter issues of a young baby or a mom or a dad that was killed, or when we opened up people's eyes to the fact that Asian Americans were being targeted and not just Black folks, or went hard for immigrants who've done nothing but come to this country like my parents did and try to make a life, whether it's talking about any of these issues. And yes, whether it's talking about Gaza and the fact that we as the American people have a right to object to little babies being bombed. And where I come down on that is I'm not sorry. I am not sorry that I stood up for those things, because those things are of God. And you know, I'm a church girl too, and those are the things that I was taught were of God.
Rather
and
than
so
drawing them
I'm
in,
not sorry. I'm
despite
just
her
proud
prominence.
of my show.
Her show struggled with ratings, and when the time came for MSNBC to make changes, there was little resistance to her removal. Media figures like Megyn Kelly have openly celebrated the decision, arguing that Reid's reporting lacked credibility and objectivity.
The big news tonight will be Joy Reid's final show on MSNBC. Single tear, white woman tears happening right here, Joy. She was officially fired over the weekend because she's a racist, horrible news anchor with no rating.
And bigger programming change is at 7 p.m. Eastern, where Joy Reid's show, The Reid Out, ended tonight. And Joy is not taking a different job in the network. She is leaving the network altogether. And that is very, very, very hard to take. I am 51 years old. I have been gainfully employed since I was 12. And I have had so many different kinds of jobs, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. But in all of the jobs I have had, in all of the years I have been alive, there is no colleague for whom I have had more affection and more respect than Joy Reid. I love everything about her. I have learned so much from her. I have so much more to learn from her. I do not want to lose her as a colleague here at MSNBC. And personally, I think it is a bad mistake to let her walk out the door. It is not my call, and I understand that, but that's what I think.
Meanwhile, Elon Musk weighed in on social media, tweeting, "We are on the event horizon of the singularity," in what some interpret as a comment on the shifting media landscape. Some conservative voices see Reid's exit as a sign that mainstream media is beginning to face consequences for its perceived bias. While some supporters of Reid may sympathize with her situation, critics insist that she brought it upon herself.
We still don't know for sure whether Donald Trump was hit by a bullet, whether he was hit by glass fragments, whether he was hit by shrapnel. We don't have those details. We actually have no details from his physician, even though this man is still a Secret Service protected, and presidential candidate. We knew almost nothing. Why? Why don't we know that much? We know that 3 people were shot. 1 person, unfortunately, was killed at the rally. We don't know where they were sitting or standing relative to him.
Her style of reporting, often described as race-focused and hyperpartisan, failed to resonate widely, and in the end, there was little effort to keep her on air. As media networks continue to evolve, many wonder if other outspoken figures who push a similar narrative will eventually face the same fate.
These are the people who say the undocumented, who they get to call illegal immigrants, like the Pilgrims had permission to come here, have to suffer the consequences of their actions, right? They made the choice to overstay their visas or come into our country illegally. So if they get deported, consequences. But you right-wingers shouldn't have to suffer the consequences of your votes? You don't want to be around me because I voted for fascism. No fair. I'm coughing on you with COVID, but you want me to wear a mask for your safety? No fair. My body, my choice. Well, here's an alternative thought. Make your own dinner, MAGA. Make your own sandwiches. Wipe your